There's a lot that I think we culturally have wrong about discipline and action. This mentality that the best thing you can do is take action. I've always felt like there is something that's missing. There were so many moments in my life where I took action from the wrong place, and the action that I ended up taking was either the wrong thing, the wrong direction, or moving just simply in the wrong way. And I think it goes to show that there's a lot more nuance and complexity to what's motivating our action. Are we moving from something or towards something? Do we even know what our intention is? Action is something that is a byproduct of inner congruence. When we have safety in our environment and we're able to sustain healthy, regulating rituals, and we have conscious identity that is self-authored, and we recondition ourselves to behave in more intentional and conscious ways, which then allows us to have insight into how we're structuring our day-to-day lives and our schedules, what we're investing in. When all of those things line up and become conscious for us, action is something that sort of naturally unlocks. When people have a motivation problem or a discipline problem, most of the time it is one of those domains where there is a collapse or instability or confusion. And by the way, if this stuff interests you, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss more content like this. Most people want to start with behavior in general. It's so much easier to look at yourself and think, I'm just an unmotivated person, or I just don't have myself figured out the way that these other people seem to. Instead of acknowledging that maybe my body is stuck in a fight or flight or freeze. Maybe I don't feel safe because I'm constantly stressing out about how I'm going to make rent every month. Or I don't feel safe in the relationships I'm in, but I keep choosing them. I keep showing up for them. Maybe those relationships actually ask for a version of myself that I've outgrown, but I'm still doing it because it's familiar. A lot of people don't think about how that actually shapes not only the kind of action you're going to take, but absolutely your capacity to sustain that action. So when hustle culture tells you just get out there and do it, we need to start asking ourselves, am I ready to take action? Because the truth is, action would be moving through me pretty effortlessly if I was structurally conditioned right in this moment to take the right action. Let me give you an example from my own life. I knew I wanted to be a business owner. I knew I wanted to leave corporate. I wanted to pioneer my own path. And I knew the general direction. What ended up leading to the moment where I said, yes, YouTube is the thing, like a full body yes, was because I really reclaimed authority over my time. I created a lot more space in my schedule. And for the first time in my life, I actually gave myself permission to do everything but take action. All I wanted to do was process. I needed to process. I needed to grieve. I needed to connect with myself and just be in the present moment. I think so many of us, we are, especially people who have experienced some form of trauma, and just anyone who's really developed adaptive identity, which is pretty much everyone, we just find ourselves on this hamster wheel of constantly needing to move and do. And we hear about it, we talk about it, but the actual physical experience of like finally allowing for that extra space, that was the first time in my life where that space was actually something I moved toward willingly instead of resisted. And when I finally surrendered into it and I embraced walking my dog and having slow, quiet days, that's when everything started like loading. It's very different to take action from either that place or the place that opens you up to. The person that you become after moving through that energy of processing, of reflecting, of just being, versus this place of urgency, this place of needing to prove. And no one's asking the question, what if you're not structurally ready? I think it is incredibly, infinitely powerful to just simply start with coming back down to earth in the moment and finding a place of safety and allowing that to naturally pull us forward. It's the difference between assuming that we are automatically all wired to just build and acknowledging that some of us actually have to consciously create the conditions before we can even have the capacity to implement any kind of real, meaningful, aligned action and then sustain it. Even when you have sovereign action, you've unlocked this domain, everything is congruent. Of course, life is still life, and not every single day is easy necessarily, but we're talking different types of easy and hard here, right? When I'm struggling to take action now, sometimes it's just simply like, I just don't feel like setting the equipment up today. It's usually pretty surface level, but ultimately there is something deeper, again, for lack of a better word, something structurally deeper under the surface that is carrying me. It's like I'm already on this boat that is moving pretty fast forward, that I've already built that vessel. So now I'm like navigating what's happening on the boat, but the boat's already moving. That's very different from like actually building the vessel that you're going to be on. So notice if the action that you are trying to take in your life, if you're struggling to take that action or sustain it, ask yourself, like, where is it coming from? What is driving that action? Is it coming from your mind? Is it coming from people telling you that's what you should do? Or is it like a full body yes? Are you being moved towards that thing? Are the hard days hard like on the surface because momentum is already building and built? Or are you kind of floating in the abyss and whatever you're working on is not really rooted into anything and it's not coming from an embodied, authentic place inside of you? If it doesn't feel right in your body, I think you'll know, because it is going to be like pushing uphill with the emergency brake on. Even on my hardest days now, it does not feel like that anymore. Don't make it a character flaw. Do not make it your identity that you're an unmotivated person or that you were built differently. Maybe you were built differently, but don't let it distort your perception of what's actually wrong or what your potential really is, because the truth is you may just be ripening. It's still a very assertive stance to take, to recognize that the conditions just simply aren't right yet. And I'll know when to act. And if anyone is going to argue with that stance, then they do not understand that truly not everyone is wired the same way, and that a lot of us are not starting from the same baseline, the same place that some people have the privilege to start at. So again, start with your foundation, move your way up through the sequence in the 5-domain system. If you're interested in exploring the framework a little bit deeper, first of all, I'm going to drop all the links to the other videos. I've already covered the overview of the framework, the foundations video, identity video, patterns, resources, and then of course, this is the final one in this set. And if you want to dive even deeper into the framework and access the full comprehensive 35-page guide and self-scoring assessment, I will link that below as well. If you are looking for more hands-on, tailored guidance and support, I will link the clarity sessions page below as well. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching and for being here. Sending you so much love.